Welcome, people all over the world. Today in this essay, I'll be analyzing two distinct artworks, one by Jean-Michel Basquiat and one about Jean-Michel Basquiat, created by the late great Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol, born Andrew Warhol, was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA on August 6, 1928. His parents were both Carpatho-Russian immigrants from the Carpathian Mountains in what is now eastern Slovakia. He often experienced Sydenham chorea, a neurological disorder illustrated through involuntary movements. Sometimes this disorder would keep him from going to school, and when he was at home, he would read comics and Hollywood magazines, in addition to playing with paper cutouts. He took free Tamil Shatner classes at Carnegie Institute, now Carnegie Museum of Art, in his childhood and attended college at the Carnegie Institute of Technology, now Carnegie Mellon University. After years of crafting blotted line ink drawings, Andy Warhol discovered the pop art movement in 1960. In 1962, his most iconic style was born: photographic silkscreen printing. For the rest of his life, Andy Warhol created photographic silkscreen printing pop art of numerous popular figures and celebrities. He would secure a photograph of his subject or take one himself, then use that photograph as the basis for his portrait. One such figure included Jean-Michel Basquiat. In 1982, Andy Warhol created an oxidized silkscreen on canvas artwork of Jean-Michel Basquiat called Jean-Michel Basquiat, coming in at an even 40 by 40 inches. It depicts Jean-Michel Basquiat from the shoulders upward. The entire canvas is soaked in various browns. The line work perfectly captures his essence, and the lighting is very natural. Jean-Michel Basquiat was an incredibly unique artist. He had a matchless art style containing thin lines and bold colors. It is easy to tell from things such as the non-individualized faces in his artworks that he would never draw anything exactly as it appeared in the real world. Rather, he would illustrate people and objects as he saw them through the lens of his one-of-a-kind perspective. His distinctive methods of art creation were derived from many places. One such place includes his cultural background. Jean-Michel Basquiat was born on December 22, 1960 in Brooklyn, New York, USA. His father was Haitian and his mother was Puerto Rican, though similarly to her son, she was also born in Brooklyn. Throughout his life, Jean-Michel Basquiat lived in Brooklyn, then in Puerto Rico, and then back to Brooklyn. Growing up, he experienced a wide range of music, art, food, and brownstones from his various cultural backgrounds. His childhood was also a place of great inspiration for his art. He had been very observant since his childhood, gazing at a variety of subjects including cartoons, TV shows, moon exploration news reports, street ball, etc. The cartoons especially seem to have had a profound influence on his art style, given that both contain exaggerated designs, flat lines, and bright colors. Beginning in the latter portion of his teenage years, Jean-Michel Basquiat would regularly visit nightclubs in New York. These ranged from Mud Club, where he and his friends were referred to as the baby crowd because they were so young, to the CGBC, Country Bluegrass Blues, to the Favorite of Artists area, that's the name of the club, which was known for its themed nights that were similar to an art project of a prodigious scope, to the Palladium, where he was commissioned to create paintings for the club's very own VIP room. Jean-Michel Basquiat enjoyed these clubs in equal parts for the partying aspect of them, as well as the connections to the music and the people that could be formed only from these places. The relationship between Jean-Michel Basquiat and nightclubs is best showcased in his painting, New Nile. New Nile is a gargantuan acrylic and oil stick on canvas masterpiece coming in at a whopping 101.5 by 496 inches. It was painted directly onto a wall at the much renowned Michael Todd Room in the Palladium and was completed in 1985. All over the painting, you can see faces that are drawn in the signature style of Jean-Michel Basquiat. Most of the faces are all black, drawn unevenly and with very little detail. There are two exceptions to this, however. One exception to this is on the far right end of the painting. Teeth are visible, and they, as well as the eyes, are partially colored red. At the top of the face lies some white dots. The other exception to this is on the center left. This face is more detailed with not just eyes, but also pupils, irises, a nose, teeth, and some facial markings. There are also many colors strewn throughout the face. The shape of this face is drawn to more closely resemble that of a skull. Another interesting note about the faces is their evenness. There are six of them in the painting. The three on the left are disembodied, while the three on the right are bodied. The first bodied face is on a legless body that almost resembles a ghost. It has uneven arms and what looks to be a spine growing down the middle of its body. The second bodied face is on a similar body to the first one, but smaller with red blotches instead of a spine. It should be noted that both of these bodies have bony, shriveled white arms. The bodied face on the right end of the painting cuts off as a torso that bears a resemblance to an adult. Aside from the faces and bodies, there are two drawings of the Earth, each one at a far end of the painting. The Earth on the left has a mostly white ocean, while the Earth on the right looks normal. In addition to the two Earths, there is a gray globe next to the most detailed face. Unlike everything else in this painting, Jean-Michel Basquiat employs a bit of shading on the globe. Red, black, and white are the most striking colors in this artwork. The background and most of the objects are coded in these colors. There are seemingly random arrays of red, black, white, and green brushstrokes placed throughout the painting. Some of the brushstrokes even cover up words and other details. Jean-Michel Basquiat's signature crown is seen on the far right end of the painting. The crown has some details that make it stand out from other objects in the artwork. The words notary, DTLN, and EEP are seen throughout the painting, each with a copyright symbol next to them, except for the second EEP. Minor details include two houses, I presume, with S's marked on them, some squiggles, and a ladder. To the right of the ghost-like figures lies the namesake of the painting, New Nile. New Nile appears to be some sort of oil rig with an oil drum and oil tower. New Nile itself and the oil drum are marked with a New Nile and oil respectively. The word patrol is also visible and underlined. Lastly, to the left of the globe lies what appears to be an egg sunny side up. The egg stands out because of how much it looks like an actual egg. The line work is very flat and simple. Every element is drawn very roughly and is not aiming to be very accurate or precise. The painting is mostly devoid of any sort of lighting. This work of art easily stands out not just because of its massive size, but also because of all the details that were crammed into it. It is a remarkable painting that is perfect for a nightclub setting. Works like the ones covered today are why Jean-Michel Basquiat will be long remembered.